Good morning. My God, we're in August. Actually, I think it was my dad's birthday, August 10th. Let's see here. Is it August 10th? Yep, it's August 10th. Yeah, my dad would be 126, thereabouts. So anyway, happy birthday, Dad. And we are going to retrace a run that I had in an A-26. It was a utility plane that the Navy had, and they used it in Vietnam. It's a hot rod. Has the R2800 engines, twin engine, single pilot. And I'll tell you that story as we go. And I was here at Quonset getting out of the service when I was the day before my 21st birthday. And we flew down here to Morristown, which is close to Summit, where I was from. And Morristown is the nearest airport. You've heard about Morristown before. So I think we just flew there in the longitude to LaGuardia, which we will pass LaGuardia going down here. But of course, I love this coast of Connecticut and the Long Island Sound. There's Bridgeport. Bridgeport is where the helicopter was invented. The first first manufactured. They manufactured Igor Sikorsky, so it was called the Sikorsky helicopter, and he was Russian. So anyway, Quonset Point, which is a naval base, and my buddy flew me home in that, and I got out of the service. So here we go. We're going in the TBM930. I haven't flown in a while. No sense flying the jet, because I tend to fly on instruments. There's the 152 little trainer they don't make anymore. Great little airplane. Economical to learn to fly in, and it teaches you. I think the tail wheel gives you a little more feel for the flying the airplane. It works on that. Here's Quonset Point, I guess. Quonset State they call it now. I don't remember it looking like that, but that doesn't matter. What I remember from 100 years ago doesn't matter. Here's the TBM930, great airplane. We're going to set a few things in here. We're going to put the altitude at 3,000 feet. And this, for some reason, this altitude doesn't go by the even thousands. So we'll just suffer along. And we click nav, and we click vertical speed. We'll climb at how about 2,000 feet a minute. And we're only going up a little bit, so that doesn't matter. So we got that in, and we got our thing. All we have to do is turn on the autopilot, activate that. Let's go in here a little bit, and here's where we activate the autopilot. I have a little switch on my panel. Yeah, there it works in the yaw detector. And we'll turn off the yaw. We don't need that on until we get going. So here we go, and we can click down here to make, no, that's the wrong one. There we go. We'll move over one, and we'll click it over here for the middle panel. Oop, jumped over. So we go here to the MFD right there. How about that? No, that doesn't do it. Do this, and then click it. There we go. Oh yeah, that's why you need a checkout. If you don't fly, they change the rules. On checking people out. So they've gotten to where if you haven't flown an airplane in the past 30 days, they want to give you a checkout if you're renting. Of course, I'm not renting. So I got a little notch of flap in. Let's go outside, and I'm ready to go. But take that off, and we're going to click the autopilot on. We're going to go right down the coast, we're heading to runway 22.
Quonset ground jet speed 2900 requesting pushback.
And we're heading right
Jet speed
for
2900 pushback request accepted.
right for so we'll do the gear up and the flaps up, and we go inside and turn. Actually, let's just go and turn the autopilot on. There goes the autopilot, and I think that's all I need. I think that's all I need. Let's just go ahead and see how it does. Should straighten out just as soon as it gets on course. It goes a little past, and then it'll come back. There it goes. So we'll answer.
$7 Bravo Charlie, leaving my airspace frequency change approved. Quonset Tower Daher 527 Bravo Charlie, frequency change.
So we'll go on the coast here. I don't know too much about Rhode Island,
Quonset
but
ground jet speed 290 requesting the end of pushback.
Let's
jet
go
speed 290
right here.
request to end pushback received.
And we'll go. So we'll just leave it right there, and then maybe they won't bother us. So I think I set in 3,000. Yeah, 2953 is where we're going. That's as close as we can get. Probably could get it right on, but I'm not going to worry about that. So we just watch here. Oh, I can see the water right there. Let's not worry about the water right now. We'll just look at Connecticut, which was glaciated, and evidence of the glaciation is the Grove Beach, where we went for 2 summers when I was, that would be 1948, 49, 50, right in there. Maybe 1949 and 1950. And we were on a beach where they had boulders as big as my house. And I have a little house, 1,000 square feet. So we're leveled off, and we need to look at our panel here and see the red. It's redlining there. I should have done that earlier. It's the over torquing. I think that's the torque, and that's all we need to know there. So the first thing we're going to recognize is the Connecticut River, and right by the Connecticut River is we're close to Grove Beach. Connecticut, Saybrook, and Essex are a couple of little cities on the river right there where they built the sailboats that we used to sail. Let's go back outside. This is kind of boring inside, and if we got too much sun over here, I don't think so. I think we're all right. And again, we're heading for Morristown, and talking about the ride in this aircraft. The it was called an A-26, not a B. A B-26 was the Martin Marauder, maybe. It carried quite a load. This one could carry armament, and it was faster than the Marauder. It wasn't as heavy, more nimble. And I'm not sure what parkway that is. I could look that up. See what it looks like. That's 395. Yeah. 395 or 95 right there. So again, we'll be coming up on the Connecticut River, and we're right on course. We could look right here to our charts, and let's go out. And as we go down here, we get close to. Let's see what this one is. Oh, I don't know what that is. Groton. We don't get real close to that, but we're close enough. That's probably no, here's the Connecticut River going in right here. Yeah, let's see what this one is. New Haddam, don't know what that is. Never heard of that. Let's see what this one is. Chester, never heard of Chester. And right here, there's Griswold Airport in Madison, Connecticut. My friend Muggins knows about Griswold. She used to know the family there. That's a little airport that I actually flew out of. So that's right near where my cousin lives, right there. So we'll watch for the Connecticut River here. And Groton, we won't get close enough to really see that, but that would be right down in there. That may be Groton right over there. Westerly State. Let's see what this says. See if that says Westerly State. There we go. Go in a little closer. I think it just says Groton. Nothing about. But Groton is also New London. Is where my sister went to college, and that's where I was stationed. Right there in Groton was where I was stationed. And this is the naval base there, and that's a submarine base. And that I was on a destroyer. I was on an experimental destroyer there. And this probably is it right down in here. Let's see where we are. Yeah. So we're starting to see right down in here at New London and Groton. Are right down in there. Yep. There's Groton, New London, right there. And so we're going to spot, pretty soon we're going to spot the Connecticut River. But at Groton, I forget what the name of the river is. And the Connecticut River is at Saybrook, and it goes on up to Hartford. There's Hartford right there. We'll see what we spot. I forget what the little river is that goes in from Groton. So we can pop this up in the upper left. Keep an eye on it. See where we are here. Here we go. Here we come, right on down. Passing Groton, which we can see outside. And again, New London, of course, is right there. And that's where Connecticut College, where my sister went to school. College. Yeah, I've never looked at how far this river comes in. I always spent my time right down there. And they didn't have a large enough base, so when I was ready to get out, they call it mustering out of the service, they sent me up to Quonset Point was the nearest base where they had, I guess, where they had a medical facility to check my health, to see that I was in good a shape as I was when I joined. They don't want to return me to my mother in bad condition. So I could look up the name of the river. You're going to have to look up the name of the river. And then we'll watch for the Connecticut River, and I think I see that in the distance out here. And that's where we're going to see, we're going to get close to Bridgeport there. We're going to get close to Fairfield, where the family had, this could be 395 or 95 that's running right under us now. Back when I was traveling around here, I don't think that freeway was there. We had the Merritt Parkway. That was, the Merritt Parkway might have gone to Hartford. I forget. So now we're coming up on the Connecticut River. And again, there's New Haven. Let's see what this one says right here. Madison, that's where my cousin lives, in Madison, Connecticut. And that's Griswold Airport right there. They have a big park on the ocean right there, probably like an old Indian reservation. I think it kind of has an Indian name to it. Beautiful, beautiful. Right on the Long Island Sound. So let's see what we're doing here. We got the gear up. We got that. Yeah, we're doing just under we're indicating 230. Look at our panel again. See what that's saying. And the panel. I think what we're going to do is we're going to land at Bridgeport. We're not going to fly this all the way down because it's just taking. I didn't realize it's taking. I'm thinking I'm in the jet. I'm taking a little less time. So anyway, here's the Connecticut River coming in, and right out here, Mile Creek. And this is. Yeah, Madison. Let's see where we are here. Old Line. I remember Old Line. Yep. Yeah, pretty little towns along here. So again, we're going to go down here just to New Haven, and let's see what's this little airport right here. That's Bridgeport. So that's I think that's where my dad was working when he met my mother. So Bridgeport's far enough, and you've been in and out of Morristown enough, and down over Manhattan. You would go by LaGuardia. You've seen all that. So this would be a nice little flight, and again it's a little bit of a retrace from Quonset to Quonset Point, from Groton, where I was stationed when my last duty station was on the USS Whittick. It was an EDD, which stood for Experimental Destroyer, and they've all been. They didn't mothball them. I think they used them for target practice. And there's the little Griswold Airport. Right at Madison, right in there. And then again, we're going to land at Igor Sikorsky Memorial Field at Bridgeport, and that'll be enough for the day. And we did take off from the little airport, probably in the X-Cub, and flew around Madison, looking for my cousin's house, which would have been over in this direction. And we'll probably go right by the town, right over the town of Madison. Cute little old town. And I see New Haven in the distance, right there. We got 14 miles to go, and we can we can zero in on Oh, we're not landing at New Haven. We're landing at Bridgeport. So we go right. New Haven will be on our right. We don't want to land at New Haven. We want to land at Bridgeport, and we want to go by Fairfield Beach, where the summer cottage, the summer house, the 3-story house. I showed you some pictures of that. Going back, right on the beach. It's gone. It's gone. There's 2 houses in my past that I recall that aren't there anymore. The last one in Pebble Beach was torn down, and they put up a McMansion, is what we call them, on an acre. So it went from a little over 2,000 square feet when my folks lived there and I lived there to something probably up around 5,000 feet. 3 or 4 bedrooms, 3 or 4 baths. And I did some putting. That there was Duck Island, which is back in here where Grove Beach was. Wait a minute, Grove Beach is going to be close to where's the Connecticut River? Where's the Connecticut River going? I guess that was right back in there. Yeah, it went up to Hartford. I talked about that. Yeah, there's the Connecticut River back there. Yeah, that one goes up to Hartford. There's Hartford right there. So we went by that. So we're going to go by New Haven. So I was going to look and see where I put it around with my little boat, with my little 2.5 horse egg beater on the back. Heavenrood. That was the name of my outboard motor. That was my best friend when I was 12. So we're looking at New Haven. That's where Yale University is, in New Haven. I remember going through there. The Merritt Parkway is a little bit north. I-95 is probably between the Merritt Parkway is a little bit more inland. And we're not going to land at New Haven, but now we're seeing Sikorsky Memorial right sticking out there at Bridgeport. And I'll point out Fairfield Beach when we go by. Probably ought to fly right over Fairfield Beach. So I'm going to take it off the autopilot. And fly over along the coast. Should be a little more different. A little more interesting. And I think I see, it kind of looks like a little bit of an inverted seagull. So this is the one wing, and then the other wing goes over here. We'll see. We'll see if I spot it. Then we'll land at Bridgeport. And we can go in here a little bit. This may be it right along there. But I'll spot it. I'll definitely spot it. We can come back a little bit on the power. Seems to want to climb a little. And let's see what's going on. Possibly. Oh, I know. That's when I put this on there, it freezes my controls. So I have frozen controls. So I'm not seeing Fairfield Beach. So it must be a little bit past. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, here I'll bring up on my laptop. see here. Here we go. Yeah, I don't see Bridgeport right now. Oh, I see it right ahead of me. I don't see Fairfield. Let's see. Yeah, Fairfield is just past Bridgeport. So we'll turn around and we'll land coming back after Fairfield. So there's Bridgeport. I didn't spend much time in Bridgeport. But my dad worked for, I think he back then he worked for Stan Kresge, and Kresge became Kmart. So we'll look at Igor Sikorsky Memorial Field. And then we'll just look for Fairfield Beach here. And we'll come back and land. Shouldn't be very far. Bridgeport. A little bit. Yeah, see, it's going to be right out here. It's going to be Fairfield Beach. I think this is I-95 right there. Yeah, that's I-95 going right under us. That wasn't, in my day, that was not there. And this is just like a big lake. He might have had a 1 foot in a storm when we got a nor'easter. We'd get maybe a three foot waves, and of course we'd get winds from the south, so it would blow up some pretty good waves. So I think right along in here, one of these is going to be Fairfield Beach. And this could be it right here. And we're gonna get up on top of it. Yeah, this looks like it right here. Yeah, it has this open field right there. So we'll come back on the power, and then this little creek would come along, and right along here where it gets wide. No, right in here. This is right where the family house was, right in there. And come in, land, not late, but I'll let me look here. It's right at a little wide spot in the road. I think it's right along in here is where the family property was, right there. So we'll get rid of this, and we're going to call Bridgeport, and we can put this up in the upper left, and put that in a little bit, and I think we'll see what runway they give us. Now we'll go on the tail, right there, like that, and we're slowed down to 105. We'll come back into the power. Now we're going to call nearest airport right here, Sikorsky Memorial Tower. Touch full stop landing.
Bridgeport Tower Daher 527 Bravo Charlie is 6 miles west, 1,500 feet with Sierra to land.
Daher 527 Bravo Charlie, Bridgeport Tower. Altimeter 29er.9er, 2 wind calm, fly left traffic runway 29er.
All right.
Enter left downwind runway 29er Daher 7 Bravo Charlie.
So I think we're just going to land back the way we're going. So let's see what our heading is. So we got acknowledged. Did we acknowledge? I think we did. So we get rid of this. They'll call us, give us clearance to land. So I think that may be 29 right there. Yeah, that's 29 right there. So right there is 29. So we can drop down to about 1,000 feet. And they'll call us on downwind. Yeah, when I'm on there, I can't control the airplane. We'll level off about 1,000 here. We'll put our gear down. Here's 1,000 feet. Come on in with a little power. Notch a flap. Another notch of flap. Should get a call here. A little slow.
Tower 7 Bravo, Charlie, wind calm, cleared to land runway 29er.
Okay. There we go. Too slow. Oh, we got full flap. No wonder. Maybe about... So
Tower
let's
7 Bravo, Charlie, acknowledge last transmission.
Acknowledge.
Clear to land runway 29er Tower 7 Bravo Charlie.
Okay, you got to keep it at about 80. That's why I was telling you I need a checkout.
Tower 7 Bravo, Charlie, turn next taxiway.
Okay.
Tower 7 Bravo Charlie, contact ground on 120.9er.
120.9er Tower 7 Bravo Charlie. Goodbye. Bridgeport ground Tower 527 Bravo Charlie, taxi to parking.
Tower 527 Bravo Charlie, taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Bravo cross runway 29er Alpha.
Yeah, we'll just go in here. That's good. There's our bus.
Tower 7 Bravo Charlie, did you hear my last transmission?
There we
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Bravo cross runway 29er Alpha Tower 7 Bravo Charlie.
go. Now we're not going to do all that. We just missed the bus. Yeah, we just missed the bus. Okay, thanks for riding along and helping me recall my childhood. See how the little mark is right on the field? Again, in real flying, you don't get little icon helpers. GPS is. I remember my friend Larry. He's gone now. He got me on the mail run. He's saying the people learning to fly today, if their GPS goes out, they'll be lost. So, anyway, he's probably right. Okay, thanks for riding along. See you next time. Bye-bye.